I always thought love meant building something together, one small piece at a time, every single day. My name's James, and for 5 years, I shared a life with Sarah that I believed was steady, genuine, and full of promise. We had our little routines, the kind that made even the most ordinary days feel special. We'd stay up late whispering about the future, picturing the life we were building together. I gave her my heart, my hopes, and the rawest parts of myself. I believed trust between us was sacred, untouchable, but that faith would soon face a test I never saw coming. It started one quiet evening on our balcony. The city below shimmered like scattered stars, and she turned to me, eyes restless, a strange blend of excitement and frustration. "I'm too young, James," she said. "I need to explore. There's still so much life I haven't lived." The words hit me like a cold wind on a summer night. Explore. At first, I thought she meant travel, maybe chasing a dream. But slowly, the real meaning sank in, and it felt like the ground shifted beneath me. The love I'd tended, the future I'd imagined, all of it was suddenly less important to her than whatever it was she thought she needed to find. Trying to keep my voice steady, I asked softly, "Sarah, we've always said we'd grow together. Isn't that what we promised?" She just shook her head. Her tone was calm, almost rehearsed. "James, you don't understand. I need to figure out who I am before I can really commit. I can't do that if I'm tied down." The gap between us was instant, a chasm I couldn't cross. In her world, self-discovery came first. In mine, love and loyalty walked hand in hand. That night, our home felt smaller. The warmth was gone. The walls seemed to listen in on the silence we couldn't fill. Days bled into weeks. One morning, I came home to find her things gone and a note left behind. "I'll see where life takes me. Don't wait up." I read it over and over, the words blurring into disbelief. I didn't call her. I didn't beg her to come back. Instead, I focused on what I still had, my work, my friends, and the pieces of myself I refused to lose. The difference was everywhere. The cold side of the bed, 2 unused coffee mugs, laughter that had once echoed to the apartment, now just an echo. But as the weeks passed, emptiness turned into clarity. Sarah had chosen freedom over partnership. I had a choice too, to hold on to my self-respect or keep hoping she'd return. I chose the first, not out of anger, but peace. Because love shouldn't feel like waiting for someone to value you. Months went by, and my life slowly found its rhythm again. The apartment grew lighter. I poured myself into work, spent more time with friends, rediscovered hobbies I'd forgotten. I learned how to enjoy quiet dinners, books I'd never finished, and long walks with no one waiting at home. Sometimes loneliness crept in, but each time I reminded myself I had stayed true to my heart, even when she hadn't. Then, almost a year later, everything shifted again. On a quiet Thursday morning, I got a message. "James, can we talk? I need to explain. Please." My chest tightened, a mix of disbelief, hesitation, and something I couldn't quite name. My first instinct was to ignore it. The past had found its place. I didn't want to reopen it. But there was something in her tone, a trace of regret, that made me pause. I didn't reply right away. I waited, thinking it through. This time, it wasn't about her. It was about me and the respect I'd built for my own peace. When we finally met, she was different. Gone was the bright, restless woman who'd once talked about freedom. In her place stood someone quieter, heavier, humbled by time and consequence. She started to speak, words spilling out, apologies, confessions, stories of loneliness, of realizing too late that freedom without love fell hollow. I listened, patiently, calmly. She talked about how she thought she'd find herself by leaving, only to discover she'd lost something far more real. Someone who saw her worth when she didn't see it herself. When she finished, I stayed silent for a moment, letting her words hang between us. Then I said, "You didn't lose me because you wanted to explore, Sarah. You lost me because I stopped waiting for you to understand my worth. I stopped needing your approval to feel whole." Her eyes widened, not from anger, but from the calmness in my tone. It hurt her more than any outburst ever could. I wasn't cruel, just done. The version of me who would have taken her back no longer existed. She reached for my hand, but I gently pulled away. I forgave you, I said quietly, but that doesn't mean I want to start again. You want to find yourself. So did I. I just found someone worth keeping me. The silence that followed was thick and final. She nodded slowly, wiping away tears. You've changed. I smiled faintly. No, I said, I just stopped chasing people who run from love. When she left that cafe, I didn't look back. And for the first time, I didn't replay our memories, because I finally understood that peace doesn't come from getting closure. It comes from no longer needing it.